Hey, what's up? This is Sean coming to you from Belgrade, Serbia. This is I'm standing on the apartment balcony here where we live, and I figure I was going to do the same thing I did in Prague, give you just a little flavor in terms of where we live and work here. This is the last day we're going to be in Belgrade, so of course I waited until the last minute to do this. We go to London tomorrow, but I figure I better take this opportunity to at least give you a little flavor of where we live and work. So let me do that. Let me take you through, go inside here. And my roommate is sleeping right now, so I'm gonna kind of roam through here into the back. But this is where we live. Yeah, here's work here most days. When I'm not at the office, made a little stand-up desk you can see there. This is the kitchen area in the back. Pretty good size, nice setup. Our place, we did this walking tour like the very first week we got here. It was pretty cool. Kara organized it. So we got to see where everyone lived and what their places look like. And we've determined ours definitely has the most books of anywhere. This is my room. You can see, Dad, you'd be proud. There's a crap ton of books. The problem is they're all in Serbian, so it doesn't really do me any good. But yeah, this is my room. Lots of antiques. I am completely out of clothes, so we're gonna pick up my laundry at the workspace today. I'm actually going commando right now because I don't have any more clothes. But yeah, so this place is kind of a mess. I'm gonna be packing and moving out here. But I figure what we do is I take you, there's a park right around the corner where we do our workouts. And so I figure I'd take you there. It's right by a beautiful church, and I figure we will take a walk there, and then it's about 20 minutes to the workspace. So I can speed that up. So it won't take 20 minutes, but I figure I'd just kind of show you flavor-wise, what's that like walking around in Belgrade. So actually, let me show you on a map where we are. Here's, so if you can see this. Oops, let's see if this will work. So roughly, oops, this is where we are. This is Belgrade. So this road, we're basically going to be going up that road, and then there's like this cool promenade there called Nezmil Hajlova. So let's go. I'll show you St. Mark's Church, which is right there around the corner first, and then we'll make the walk to the workspace. All right, so let's do it. I'm going to try to do this in one shot too. So let's see. What's up? Say hello. That's my roommate, Andrew. All right, so we are on the 4th floor of this place, which to them is actually their 3rd floor, so it's a little bit confusing. But I would show you the elevator, but it's terrifying. So that's that church I was talking about. That's, I don't know if you can see that. So yeah, that's St. Mark's Church. It's pretty impressive. Yeah, so let's make the walk down here. So as far as what I can tell you about Belgrade, it's been really interesting. A lot of us kind of misjudged this place coming into it. Like the folks at Remote Year, I think perhaps set the expectations a little like, after Prague was amazing, and they kind of prepped us, to come into a place that just wasn't going to be as good. But it's been great. This place is actually amazing. I think it actually feels, in terms of the people, I think it's a lot more welcoming than Prague was. The folks here, Prague is a kind of a touristy location. It's gorgeous, but the folks I think are a little bit more standoffish, Czech people, and Serbian people have just been absolutely amazing. So let's show you here. Gotta watch where I'm going. So it's kind of overcast earlier. It looks like the sun's coming out now. But yeah, no, so the people have been amazing. The food has been great. It's super cheap. It feels more like a city that you live in and less of, a tourist destination. And this is somewhere where I never would have come. Oh, by the way, this is Thundercat Headquarters, conveniently in our bottom floor. No, but it feels more like a town. Like we're not outsider tourists here. It feels more like we're kind of locals, which is cool. So here's this is the main drag here. This is it's called Kralia Alexandria, or Alexander, so King Alexander Road. This is Air Serbia. This is what we'll be flying tomorrow to London. What's up? How you doing, man? It's Kevin. Oh, I'm about to get hit. And then this is, I'm going to show you where the park is that we do our TRX workouts. Chris has been kicking ass. He led, so TRX, it's like a resistance training. We have these bands you use and you basically like lift your body weight. And so that's how we've been staying in shape. 2 to 3 days a week we do the workouts, and Chris Poloquin has been leading that. It's been awesome. So, yeah, this guy's getting a traffic ticket. That's not cool. So one concept this is actually kind of interesting because I had written about this before, what I call parallax. It's funny to go somewhere and notice what changes and what doesn't. So things like, what I found interesting here is like the emphasis on usability just isn't there. It's like things are just very odd how they work. You know, light switches that turn on light switches to turn on a washing machine, like just wacky stuff like that. If you were a usability expert, you'd probably go crazy here, but it's just like what matters to them. You know, it's just interesting. So anyways, this is interesting right here. I don't know if you can see, try to zoom. So that building, it's probably hard to see in the video there, but that building was actually bombed out. That was the Radio Television Serbia building, and it was bombed in the NATO bombings of '99. So they told us about it. So 16 people died there. It was when Yugoslavia, I guess they were conducting, you know, bombings against Yugoslavia. They said that that place was distributing war propaganda, and so they advised him. The guy who ran the place didn't actually clear anyone out, and so 16 people died there, which is kind of a sobering thought. Yeah, it's one thing to read about, you know, bombing a country, and it's another thing to like walk by the building every day where it's still trashed. So anyways, this is the park where we do our TRX workouts. There's a little cove of trees up there. I won't go all the way up, but that's where we do the workouts. And yeah, it's pretty cool, right around the corner. So I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take you, I'll fast forward this. It's about a 20-minute walk to the workspace, but I'll get us there and then kind of show you where we work, and we'll go from there, all right? So this building right here, this is their National Assembly, which is basically, it's like their House of Representatives. And this is actually a demonstration for, you know, it's that NATO bombing. It's like all the people, there's something like 500 people that were killed in that. And apparently it was like an unsanctioned thing. They didn't have the UN Security Council approval. They just went ahead and did it anyways because they knew that Russia and China would have vetoed it. So it's kind of a controversial thing, but anyways, we'll keep going on the Paralax Concept. So let me talk a little bit more about that, because I think this is an interesting concept that I've been toying with. But the idea is that, like, this is parallax. I don't know if you can see. So when you hold your finger out and then you move, objects in the foreground move relative to the backdrop. I think it's an interesting analogy that when you go and you travel, so we've now been to 2 places between Prague and Belgrade, seeing what changes and what doesn't. I think that's the most fascinating part of these travels, is like, because it's all different than what we're used to as well. Like, there's some commonality, but then again, there's a lot more, you know, commonality between here and Prague than there is between here and the US. And so to me, that movement is what's really fascinating, is like seeing those objects in the foreground that you thought were fixed that are actually, oh wow, so this is different between here and there. But I mean, that, to me, by far, that is the most fascinating part of travel, right? So anyways, let's keep going. I'll take you to the workspace. Yeah, say hi to my friends in the States.
Hey, States.
Indeed,
Cool.
I waited until the last day to do this. So.
Yeah, that's cool. I like it. How long are you gonna do it for?
I'm just walking to the workspace, filming
cool.
so
Sweet.
talking a little bit about on the way.
Yeah, awesome.
Cool,
Go
man.
ahead. I'm just catching Pokemon.
All right, cool. Nice. So one thing that I really like is their ice cream culture here, and if you want to just count the number of ice cream stands that we pass along the way, it's pretty fantastic. They have, I would say, Belgrade people have about the right emphasis on ice cream, as they should. Pasta to the face. All right, so this is our workspace here. You can even have a gelato spot right underneath where we work. So this promenade here is what I was talking about. This is called Nezmir Hailova, and it's super cool. At night, it's like so much walking traffic. Everyone's just hanging out, street musicians. It's really cool. So here, let me take you in, show you where we work. And so this is Smart Office. This is where we work. It's a co-work space. You know, K10 was obviously huge compared to this place. Here's my laundry. Bam. Don't have to go commando anymore. What's up? That's Kara. She's the one who did the walking tour. So yeah, so that's where we work. This is Belgrade. It's been great. I will see you guys. We go to London tomorrow, so I'll do one of these videos probably a few weeks from now from London. All right, talk to you soon.